The water from the hose is hitting my face. The smoke is so thick, it's hard to see and to breathe. Now, the man who lives and sleeps in this apartment complex right here shares with us the night that changed everything. Seeing the keys in the ignition and the doors unlocked, Keith and Sabrina hopped in the vehicle. That's when the 9-year-old girl in the backseat was startled, screamed, and then jumped out to save her own life. Right here behind me, just hours ago, is where a man died and where 3 firefighters were injured. Now I'm told that this is now being investigated as a homicide arson. Before you pack your bags and hit the road, drivers recommend taking your vehicle into the shop for a tune-up. This pothole is over twice the length of me, but Beckley Public Works tells me that by tonight, this will no longer be a problem. This scam has the potential to affect 24 million E-ZPass customers. West Virginia Attorney General Patrick Morrissey says customers are receiving emails from an account that appears to be affiliated with E-ZPass. Now, Dan, let me read you something really quickly. This just came into me from the manager of the Good Samaritan himself. He told me that the temporary building will be for about 2 to 3 months, and at that time they will be rebuilding at the same location that Good Samaritan is at now. I'm taking a stroll through the Jeweler. This is one of the most sought-after stores, very popular with the players' wives, and I'm fortunate enough to be wearing right now the most expensive item the Greenbrier Resort has to offer. Today, people were shocked to find out that had they not registered their pit bulls, they might have ended up here. But they were even more surprised to find out that it's actually been a law for the past 5 years that you have to spay and neuter all your pets. We are now in day 13 of unrest in Ferguson, Missouri. But is southern West Virginia prepared if riots and chaos were to ignite here? Beckley Police Deputy Chief Jessie McPete tells us their agency is committed to having officers as diverse as the community in which they serve. McPete says in a hostile situation, they're trained to use non-violent methods before any other force.
We all carry pepper spray or tasers. Most of the time, just the threat of that will de-escalate the situation.
Their first response is to call for backup.
If there is somebody that's threatening violence against a police officer, you see 2 police officers, they may rethink that. And luckily, this city's small enough to where our backup gets here relatively fast.
To hold both citizens and law enforcement accountable, 10 officers with Beckley Police have body cameras, and all marked vehicles come equipped with video and audio recorders. Beyond accountability, he says gaining the public's trust and being involved in the community is the best way to combat violence.
I want the community safe. I want the people on the street to trust me and not to fear me. Parents, they'll point to the police and tell their kids, hey, he'll put you in jail, instead of saying he's the guy you need to run to if you need help.
And Council Member Ann Worley couldn't agree more.
So it's a predominantly white police force in Ferguson. There is no excuse in this 21st century that they should not be out there within that community, making those connections, making that contact with those people. We do it here.
Marlinton is devastated. We'll never come back from it, ever.
It's just a disastrous day, a very sad day for our community here.
69 years of history gone that I've accumulated over the years.
Another man was at his girlfriend's apartment when the unthinkable became reality.
Told us there was a fire that we needed to get out quickly. All we could do was grab a pair of jeans and our jackets. Got out here and the whole entire street was covered with smoke. Her apartment was the first to go and the roof caved in, and it's just a scary sight to see, knowing that everything that she had was in there.
Townspeople watched in horror as part of the county seat of Pocahontas pummeled to the ground in flames and smoke. Still, most see a light at the end of the tunnel.
It's amazing, simply amazing. It came from three or four different counties and even Virginia, I believe. But that's the way we work here in the mountains. We have an emergency, everybody pitches in, we all work together, so we'll get through this.
The tunnel's maintenance manager says during these 2 12-hour periods, state police from West Virginia and Virginia will be out ensuring the southbound and northbound traffic are alternating through the tunnel.
They will let a queue build up of people. They will escort them through while the other side is on standby, and then they will do the same for the other side.
To lessen the impact if something did happen and to ensure the safety of the drivers while work is still going on, the speed limit is going to be 45 miles per hour.
On the highway, you have a shoulder that you can get off on the shoulder, but in the tunnels, there's nowhere to go, and so we have to slow it down. It's just a work zone like it would be on the highway.
During the 2 closures, crews will work as quickly and efficiently as possible.
We still have tile on the wall that is loose. We're doing a tunnel washing tonight. We got a lot of soot in the tunnels. We need to get that washed off, which that will help the visibility as well.
They are now 1 step closer to the finish line.
And we have completed the lighting. We got the lighting completed this morning at 8 o'clock. And so now people can see when they're coming through the tunnels.
Beck says it normally takes a vehicle 1 minute to drive through the tunnel. He estimates how long it should take during the closures.
If it takes 5 minutes to get through the tunnel, there'll be people waiting for 5 minutes. At the beginning of the night, there's going to be a longer queue than there is during the middle of the night.
During the holiday, shoppers at retail stores statewide won't have to pay sales tax on notebooks, binders, and other school supplies priced up to $20. And it not only applies to back-to-school materials, shoes and clothing items priced up to $100 are also exempt from the sales tax. For Angel Upright, she's already planning how she'll use the money she will save this weekend.
We got to get stuff fixed for my sister. Her house, it has to get a new hot water pump and stuff in it. We got to install that. So that way, while we're saving money here, we can get more money to fix her house.
The majority of shoppers we spoke with actually did not know about the tax-free holiday coming up, but now they're already mapping out the shops they plan to hit. Having already bought clothes for the fall season, a 7th grader tells us he'll make it a point to go shopping with Mom this weekend for these items.
Pencils, markers, crayons, paper, notebooks.
So just how much can shoppers save?
They can save over 5% just on taxes alone. And then on top of our other savings we have throughout the store, it's really a big help to families.